Welcome back to the sweatshop, boys and girls. Today we are working on a Mercedes C300. Currently, it ain't doing very much because the battery is dead. Today's video, we're going to be showing you how to replace it. Your battery lives underneath here, and all you're going to need at this point is a little screwdriver like this just to pry these tabs back. These two on the side you can do by your hand, like that. Be gentle because they will break. And with this one here, just sneak the flat screwdriver underneath there, pry up slowly and gently, and there you go. Now all you got to do is grab this thing by the side and wiggle it out of the way. And there, my friends, is your battery. Now, all you'll need in terms of tools is in my hand right here. You'll need a 13mm socket, a 6-inch extension, and a 10mm socket, a ratchet, and a flat screwdriver. That's it. Okay, let's get started. Pull your cap off here. Obviously, the red side is your positive side, and the black side is the negative side. Go ahead, loosen up the bolts on either side. If you are comfortable with using a booster pack, it's a good idea to hook it up so that you don't lose the memory inside of your car. It's just another power source that you're hooking up to the vehicle so that when you disconnect this one, you won't have to reset everything. Just be gentle there with the terminal. Wiggle this guy loose as well. Once you get it loose, just sneak your terminals out of the way. Once you get your terminals out of the way, on this side of the battery here and there are two 13mm bolts. Still kind of hard to see, but those are the bolts there. That guy there and that dull looking one there. And now all you got to do is loosen those bolts up. This will be much easier for you guys at home because you won't have a camera in your way. If you do have one of these, use it because it makes life a lot easier. You can definitely do it with a ratchet, but I got other stuff to do. Once you have your bracket loose that secures your battery down, all you got to do now is take your little screwdriver here, pull the vent on that side there out. Just be gentle with it, it'll come off. That's that. Now, once you got the area clear and your vent hose is disconnected, you can yank her out of there. Just be gentle and make sure you don't get caught up on anything. That's the key to success with this particular job. Oh my God. You know, I don't know how many years it's been that we have been advancing automotive technology, and somehow they still can't make batteries any fucking lighter. And now, before you put your battery in, just make sure that you clean up your terminal over here, and you make sure that your vent plug on the side of the battery is installed, because trying to install it in there can sometimes be a bit of a pain. Now, let's commence with the pleasure of sneaking this battery back into place. Oh my God. Okay, after you catch your breath, you can go ahead and plug your vent in. Don't forget this step or skip it. It is really important because this here, this hole there, is where your fan is. And if you forget this step, when the battery starts to release gases, you'll be inhaling those gases inside the cabin. Now, before you put your terminals back on, it is a good idea to lubricate the battery in this section here. Keep in mind, though, you don't want to put anything too odorous or something that is toxic because you'll be pulling it into your air duct. I like white lithium grease. Gives you the right sort of high. Just spray a little bit on there. You don't have to if you don't want to, but hey man, why listen to the auto mechanic, right? Oh wait, don't forget to put your bracket on like I'm about to do. Now, next step, put this guy back into place. Be very careful because if you drop those bolts or the bracket, good luck finding them, man. If you can, thread it in by hand get another 3-inch extension, and then fire home. Now your next step here, put your terminals back in place. Make sure you get this guy situated properly. Now, just make sure the terminal is seated correctly and all the way down on the battery, and then you can go ahead and tighten it up. Doesn't need to be too tight at all. Just make sure it's nice and snug, and then you can try to rotate the battery terminal just to make sure that it is not loose. With the positive terminal, when tightening it down, or loosening it for that matter, just make sure you don't hit anything. If you hit a ground or anything that is connected to the chassis ground, it's going to spark quite a bit if it's live. So keep that in mind. Do the wiggle test. Put your cap back on. Don't forget to double check your vent holes, like this guy just came off here. So this is why it's important to double check things. Put the vent tube back in, just double check everything, and you're good to go. Now you can replace plastic ducting. Important thing with this is there are these 4 tabs on the bottom, like this here. These tabs, there are 2 on the other side here. Just make sure you slide them in to these slots there. Catch the bottom tabs first. Make sure it sits properly. Get that stupid tab out of the way. Make sure it sits properly, and then just push the tabs back home nicely. That's it, boys and girls. You have done it. You have installed a battery. Now, in case you're wondering how I kept the power to this thing while changing the battery, I used a 12-volt battery that I had kicking around, and I hooked it up to the place where you would hook up your jumper leads if you're going to jump start the car. Remember, the positive is red and the black is negative. And you just get any regular jumper cables and a 12-volt battery source, and you will keep the memory. This is also how you jump the car. So should have made a video for that too, Jimmy. Well, that's that for the battery, boys and girls. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss one of my new videos. We will see you in the next one. You don't need to go to Mercedes to get reamed. Now, what you'll need for the battery is a 10mm bolt. What? You got one there, that fucking clip there, and that clip there. You know what? Sneak it out of the fucking way, but let me try to see if I can get a shot in there. Let the camera stabilize, Jimmy. God damn it. Things I gotta do for YouTube. Fucking pause, man. Let's move that before it falls into the abyss. Oh, it's okay there, Bob. Just fucking give him a 600-pound battery. Where's that hole? Where is the hole? I found the hole. And the black is negative. That is a terrible shot.